This tournament is a big opportunity for this team to grow and to experience postseason play, but taking a look at it from a bigger picture with the growth of your program, what's the value of playing in a postseason tournament like this?
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. When I first got here, I don't think people thought postseason was as close as it is now. I think it was kind of far fetched at that point. The program was coming off of winning 5 games, and this is the first postseason appearance since 2018, I believe. So that's growth, you know. And I always say progress is a process. Of course, we want to be in the big dance, and we will be. But sometimes you can't skip steps, and so this is a great opportunity. It's a great tournament. And I'm excited about it. Our players are excited about it, and we're going in there with the mentality. Obviously, take it game by game. It's all about High Point right now. But if there's a tournament, you want to be a champion, you know. So we're going in there to win a championship.
And how excited are you and your players for the opportunity to have a postseason game at home as well?
Yeah, that's awesome. I hope our fans show up and show out like they have all season. I mean, the fan base here has just grown tremendously. The excitement in the community, all of that. So I expect us to have a pretty good crowd, and I just want to thank our fans in advance because that's going to be awesome. And to do that, play our first postseason game since 2018 at home and host is pretty special.
Kind of, my question is kind of there's seems to be like an ongoing debate about just it being the NCAA tournament or bust. Why do you feel tournaments like this are important to be a part of?
Yeah, I mean, I think once we get to that point, this is a program that was like that. You know, it was NCAA or bust. But right now we're building a program. So just being able to play in a postseason tournament, a good postseason tournament at that, is going to help us get to that next step. It's going to help us learn how to win in March, like I said, play with urgency, play when tomorrow is not promised. It's just a different feeling. There's a different intensity in postseason and the NCAA tournament or any postseason tournament. So the best teachers experience, you know, at that point. And this program, none of these players, except for a few transfers, have played in postseason. So we got to learn that. We got to learn that here together and continue to build this program. But we're going to be an NCAA tournament team, of course. But, you know, that doesn't take away the excitement that we have that we're still playing basketball in March right now.
And then what stands out to you the most about High Point?
High Point, they have a prolific scorer in Lauren Bevis, number 12 on their team. She's really, really good. Can, you know, score all 3 levels, but really shoots the 3 at a high clip. And then they have other players that really step up to the plate. I think if you're playing right now, especially in this tournament, then you're good. And we got to respect everybody. We've learned our lesson throughout the course of the year, I would hope. And I think this is a good team. They won their regular season. They have experience winning. They've won a lot of close games. Even in their last 5 games, they've had a couple overtime games that they pulled out. So they have some experience in closing out games. So they're not somebody that just because they're technically mid-major that we're overlooking. I mean, we're respecting them. We're preparing for them same way they're preparing for us, and we have to go take it. Nothing is given in any game you play, especially in March.
You talk a lot about, you know, the long-term development of a team over the course of the season, and you talk about how it's been an up-and-down season as well. What are your main, I guess, priorities with this team from a growth standpoint, but also just X's and O's as well, with these last couple of opportunities that you have with postseason play? You know, you haven't played for a couple of weeks, but now you have a couple more chances to really see this team hone their skills.
Yeah, I mean, we got one chance that's promised, right? So we got to fight for tomorrow, that's for sure. So I want to see a lot of growth there. Just overall as a team, though, this is part of the building process, and I think the experience, again, is the best teacher. So some of our young kids are going to get a lot of experience that is going to help us and help them lead our team next year and understand that some of those non-conference games or all of those non-conference games mean something at the end of the day. And then also conference, you know, each game means something when they look at your total wins and losses. Because, I mean, if we had a couple, I mean, our net was pretty good. You know, we had a couple more wins and we had a chance to make the NCAA tournament. So I think this is all part of that maturation process. Everybody that's returning is going to be able to lead and understand what it takes to play in March. So this is a great opportunity. I think it's a great opportunity for our program, our fans, but our players. They worked really hard this year, and I'm really proud of them. Like, we had to fight for this. You know, we had to win a lot of games down the stretch, including, you know, 2 top 25 games and 1 against top 5. You know, that's not easy to do, especially where we are in our program. So that gives us confidence that we know what we can do. We just have to be consistent. We got to understand the urgency that we have to approach every game with.
You mentioned how valuable this is for the players who are going to be returning next year, but for the players like Cam Taylor and Sam Brunel, where this is going to be, their last run, how much of an objective is that to send them out on the right note?
It's huge. I mean, this is a part of their legacy, and we always talk about leaving a legacy. Everybody that came here, that I recruited, came here to be a part of changing this program and bringing it back to what it used to be, the glory days. And the ones that stayed here, stayed here for that reason too, to be a part of it. So it's part of their legacy. They're always going to be, known for that team that broke some records, and we made some history this year. The team that, beat number 5 on senior night, the team that made it to postseason for the first time in, since 2018. So we don't want to just make it and be one and done. I mean, we're in this tournament. No matter if you're in the NCAA tournament or the WBIT, you're in it to compete and go try and win a championship. So you play the whole season for March, and so they did a good job of just fighting through and getting to this point. So we just want to make sure we go as far as we possibly can and hopefully, win a championship. All righty. Thank you.